success, nobleness, and every gain divine. And you know, when I was in school, we used to sing it something like this. Listen here. Oh, beauty God, far spacious skies, far amber waves of grain, far purple mountain majesties, above the fruited plain. But now wait a minute, I'm talking about America, sweet America. You know, God done shed his grace on thee. He crowned thy good. Yes, he did. Every brotherhood from sea to shining sea. You know, I wish I had somebody to help me say this. America, I love you, America. You see, my God, he done shed his face on thee. You ought to love him for it, because he crowned that good. He told me he would. Every brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Oh, Lord, I thank you, Lord.
ABC News. I'm Derek Dennis. The House Select Committee issued 10 more subpoenas today in the investigation into the January 6th attack. The latest batch includes those in former President Trump's inner circle.
The two highest profile Trump staffers on the House subpoena list, former Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany and senior advisor Stephen Miller. The House Capitol attack investigators say McEnany said there were, quote, very real claims of fraud. They want to question her. And senior advisor Stephen Miller, who the committee says by his own account helped spread false information about alleged voter fraud.
ABC's Andy Field. In Wisconsin, prosecutors wrapped up their case in the Kyle Rittenhouse trial earlier today. Now the defense is calling witnesses. The teen is charged in the shooting deaths of 2 demonstrators during last summer's protests in Kenosha, Wisconsin. He's accused of injuring a third person as well. In Georgia, testimony continues in the trial of 3 white men accused of killing Ahmaud Arbery, an unarmed black man who was jogging through a neighborhood last year. This is ABC News. The Supreme Court hearing arguments about the role of a minister when Texas inmate John Ramirez faces execution. ABC's Jim Ryan is in Dallas.
Under current Texas prison rules, a minister may be in the death chamber, but is not allowed to touch the convict during the lethal injection. The state cites its concern for security, but Ramirez attorney Seth Kretzer argues
there is not a single example in history where any spiritual advisor has ever interrupted a proceeding.
The adult children of the man Ramirez murdered call his request for laying of hands manipulative whipsaw litigation tactics. Jim Ryan, ABC News, Dallas.
A new study reveals a link between your bedtime and heart health. Research published in the European Heart Journal found those who go to bed between 10 p.m. and 11 p.m. are at a lower risk of developing heart disease compared to those who go to sleep later or earlier. Researchers suggest early or late bedtimes may disrupt the body clock, which could have consequences on heart health. I'm Derek Dennis, ABC News.
What has fluffy brioche buns, crunchy pickles, tasty mayo, a crispy fried chicken fillet, and the perfect amount of spice? Any guesses? Bingo! The spicy Kentucky Fried Chicken Sandwich. Go on and get yourself a bite of the only spicy chicken sandwich that's finger-licking good. So, what are you waiting for? Order the spicy KFC sandwich on the KFC app today for just $3.99. At participating locations only. Prices may vary. Tax extra.
I need a tech gift my wife can use at home, the office, or on the road.
It's possible with Staples Connect.
I need a gift for the person who has everything.
everything, including a super thoughtful daughter.
Also possible because Staples Connect has the innovative tech gifts your loved ones need to work and learn from anywhere. Like right now, save up to $50 on select Apple AirPods. This holiday, explore what's new at your local Staples store or staplesconnect.com. Staples Connect, the working and learning store. Ends 11/20, limit 2 while supplies last.
I'm CBS 13's Jeff Peterson with a news update on Legacy 1160 WSKW. The head of a watchdog office within Maine's Child Welfare Agency says despite ongoing scrutiny, little has changed to address problems. Maine's Child Welfare Ombudsman testified before the legislature's Health and Human Services and Government Oversight Committees, saying her staff reviewed 84 cases this year and found substantial issues in half of them. Last year, the office reviewed 90 cases and found problems with 38. Augusta officials have approved a solar farm under new rules. According to the Kennebec Journal, the planning board gave the green light for an 87-acre solar farm off Churchill Road next to an existing 34-acre solar array, expected to generate 20 megawatts of electricity. Councilors had asked the planning board to draft new solar farm rules so they'd better be shielded from public view, and those rules were approved last month. Another record-setting year for campers in state parks across Maine. After an 8% increase in 2020, the park set another record this year with about 45,000 more visitors. State officials tell the Press Herald they're expecting another big year for Maine's 48 state parks and historic sites in 2022. Special Olympics Maine is encouraging people to sign up for its annual lobster dip, stressing this year's fundraiser is more crucial than ever. This year's event will be held in person once again, New Year's Day, Old Orchard Beach. Registration is open right now. The money raised will go to support more than 5,100 Special Olympics athletes across the state. In sports, the Bruins lose to the Edmonton Oilers 5-3. Boston Celtics taking on the Bucks tonight at 7:30 at the Garden. And the Maine Celtics play their long-awaited home opener tonight against Delaware at 7 o'clock. If you can't make that game, they play again Sunday at 1. And the Maine Mariners at home tonight. They'll drop the puck at 7:15. High school football Class B North Championship game is set for tonight at Lewiston High School. And undefeated top-seeded Wyndham Eagles will battle Lawrence, with the winner moving on to next Saturday's Class B state championship game. I'm CBS 13's Jeff Peterson on Legacy 1160 WSKW.
If you love to shop, whether it's for yourself or for others, you've got to visit Townline Antiques. With new items arriving nearly every day, you never know what treasure you may stumble upon. Whether it's vintage signs, sports memorabilia, jewelry, coins, books, comics, artwork, or classic electronics, you're always sure to find something that tickles your fancy. Plus, there's lots of great furniture, glassware, and household goods. And their vintage Christmas booth is now fully stocked with many wonderful items. If you're looking for ornaments, lights, stockings, figurines, or any other holiday decor, you've got to stop by and shop this dazzling selection. You'll also find Santas galore with dolls, pictures, ceramics, and more. Or how about a classic Christmas toy like a teddy bear or a truck? Townline Antiques is a great place to find that truly one-of-a-kind gift or treat yourself to a trip through some wonderful memories with a present for yourself. Townline Antiques, open Tuesday through Sunday from 10 to 5, Route 201, right on the Winslow-Vassaboro Town Line.
What's important here at Moody's is we have a lot of opportunity for upward mobility.
Moody's definitely helped me through. They sent me to school. I got my degree in business. I had the demeanor and I had the willpower and the want.
Our trade is constantly changing and there's always new challenges that arise.
I definitely feel like an owner. It's very exciting.
When you like what you do, you like your job, you like the people you work with, what else could you ask for?
Bring your skills to Moody's and build a long-term future with us.
I'm CBS 13 meteorologist Matt Honig. Heavy rain and strong winds at the coastline will develop this afternoon. Look for temperatures to reach the mid-50s. The worst of the storm system will take place between noon and 8 p.m. this evening. Tomorrow should be much improved with sunshine returning. Temperatures will be in the mid-50s. A quick round of rain and mountain snow moves through Saturday night.
All right, Matt, thank you. Partly cloudy skies, 38 in Skowhegan, 40 in Waterville. Cloudy, we've got 41 in Augusta. And you're up to date from Central Maine's Heritage Station and the place for high school sports, including tonight's Class B North Championship football game between Lawrence and Wyndham. Game time is 7 o'clock. Legacy 1160 WSKW and the Legacy app.
It's like your father is on the radio every day.
When I was 17, I drank some very good beer. I drank some very good beer I purchased with a fake ID. My name was Brian McKee.
It's the Mike Violette Show on Legacy 1160 WSKW.
Thank Buddha, it's Friday. And we do. Good morning, TBIF, baby, we made it. Thank you, Moody. It's Friday, officially in progress. I'm Mike Violette. Welcome, 6:13. It's Friday, November 12th, 2021. Thanks for being with me this morning. Appreciate it. The show, as always, brought to you by Kennebec Electric and Lighting. 861-7028. Find them online at KennebecElectric.com. We are powered by the Bailey family of Dunkin' locations. They are the official coffee sponsor of Legacy 1160 WSKW. If you haven't grabbed our new app yet, please go do so. Free for you. The download free Google Play or the App Store. Brought to you by Hardy, Wolf & Downing, Maine's injury lawyers. 1-800-INJURED, or find them online at hardywolf.com. Video feeds, Facebook and YouTubers. If you're there already, appreciate that. If you want to go grab the links, they are up at legacy1160.com. Click on live videos, and our live video feed, as always, brought to you by Moody's Collision Centers. The czar of the toy department, Travis Lesargic, after a couple of Fridays off because I've been off. Travis back this morning, and man, we got a lot to get to with Lawrence and Wyndham playing for the Class B North Championship tonight. We've got 8-man title games tomorrow. Waterville and Cheverus in the large 8-man football title game at 11 o'clock from Fitzy in Portland. And then at 2:30, Maranacook and Dexter in the small 8-man title game. All three of those games right here this weekend. Tonight at 7, tomorrow 11 and 2:30 on Legacy 1160 WSKW. Also the Legacy app will talk to Travis about those title games and much, much more. All sports in the 8 o'clock hour. Meantime, we got a great sound segment coming up, all the sound of the last 24 hours. But first, you know the drill. I know you know the drill. Let's get cracking.
Hashtag what? They didn't really say that, did they?
Even while I was on vacation, I woke up in the middle of the night at 3:30 in the morning, just concerned about climate change.
It's hashtags and hot takes on the Mike Violette Show on Legacy 1160 WSKW.
All righty, item number one, we're going to start off with COVID this morning. Our first couple of items, including the numbers continuing to go up here in the state of Maine. COVID-19 infections and hospitalizations keep rising as winter approaches, and we get inside. That's what we do here in the winter. We go inside, or in the fall, although it's been quite mild this fall, and state health officials reporting 754 new cases of COVID Thursday, continuing this persistent trend of heavy virus transmission that shows no signs of subsiding as winter approaches. While the pace of vaccinations has increased, new infections and hospitalizations continue to be concentrated in areas with lower vaccination rates. Right now, 70% of the population is fully vaccinated in Maine, about 948,000. And I guess what you can take from this is this thing's going to have to run its course, whether you believe in being vaccinated or not. Dr. Shaw, if you care about what he said, quote, unfortunately, this is unlikely to change in the near term. Maine CDC expects that those case counts will remain high. For how long they remain high is fundamentally up to all of us. And of course, we were all told, like good little boys and girls, that if we got vaccinated, this would go away. And we're pretty darn vaccinated. And it's not going away. Like I said, this thing's going to have to run its course, and no vaccine is going to stop it. It may curtail the symptoms you get if you eventually get it, but that's about it. And more on COVID coming later in the sound segment this morning. Some interesting comments from somebody from the world of rock and roll. All right, let's go to our second COVID story this morning, and that is in York County, where defendants, reporting to the York County Jail down in Alfred, they're being turned away because of concerns about COVID, and they're being told, can you come back on December 3rd to have their sentences either revised or possibly waived? Now, this has been going on for a while, not just in York County, but I think in Cumberland County as well, since early September, and it's affected an undisclosed number of people, most of whom have been convicted of misdemeanor crimes, who have gone to jail to begin serving their court-ordered sentences. The judge down there, Jeffrey Moskowitz, issuing an order September 8th that said in light of potential public health concerns over COVID expressed by jail officials that it would be imprudent for defendants to serve a sentence for which they have previously been granted a stay of execution, if you will. Moskowitz says anyone who shows up to serve their sentence is going to be given a copy of this order and granted a further stay. Now, normally we'd have Ken on this morning for That's a Wrap, but Ken is traveling. He's been visiting his brother out in Oklahoma who's not feeling well these days. So no Ken today. However, beginning Monday, the Ken and Mike Hour is moving from Wednesday to Monday. And Ken will be here for an hour from 7:30 until 8:30. And this is certainly one of the topics we'll talk to him about. Also, we'll talk to him about our next topic, which is the Kyle Rittenhouse case. Closing arguments have been made. The defense rested its case Thursday in the trial of Kyle Rittenhouse, setting the stage for closing arguments that are coming up on Monday. The jury has been sent instructions. Here's more from ABC.
Even though it happens outside the presence of the jury, the crafting of the instructions to be given to that panel is a crucial part of the trial. Kyle Rittenhouse has been charged with first-degree intentional homicide and attempted first-degree intentional homicide in the killing of 2 and the wounding of 1 more during a protest last year. But prosecutors have said they intend to ask for lesser-included charges, which would give jurors some options if they don't believe the burden was met on the more serious charges. Jim Ryan, ABC News, Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Rittenhouse's lawyers put on about 2.5 days of testimony to the prosecution's 5. And certainly the most riveting moment came when Rittenhouse told the jury that he was defending himself from the attack when he used his rifle to kill 2 men and wound a third on the streets of Kenosha, Wisconsin in the summer of 2020. I don't think there's much suspense here